It's December 12th, Market Mayhem. It's been about a week since the last video. I just want to address a couple quick questions that people had. First of all, where do you get, stock quotes, stock advice, all of these things? I guess I should have included some of the basic stuff like where you can find this information. What I always do is if I'm looking for a particular stock, looking for a company, and I don't know the 3 or 4 letter code for the quote or whatever, then I'll just Google it, and it's going to pop up right away. But Google Finance is an option. Yahoo Finance. And you've got some of these investment bankers have their own websites, like who are some big fund managers like Goldman Sachs and a couple other ones. Sometimes they ask you for subscriptions to this or that, but a lot of sites give free information. Additionally, if you want to buy stuff, I personally use E-Trade. I think TD Ameritrade is offering like your first 6 months without any commission fees, which is great when you're first starting out because commissions can tax you quite a bit. And I guess you can go through Bank of America or Merrill Lynch. I've heard mixed reviews about Merrill Lynch in that way, but there are a plethora of options out there, and I always recommend just Googling things and doing your own research and finding out exactly what you have out there, who's offering the best deals at the time, and then you can use those outlets to get all the information you need. Now, a few stocks that I've been looking at are low in the price earnings ratio, which means the price of the stock is a certain multiple of how much the company is making on each share of stock. So if a company is making, say, $5 per share with the investments that they make over the year in revenues, and the price is, say, $25, then your price earnings ratio is going to be 5. It's 25 over 5, 5 to 1. So I look for companies that have low price earnings ratios, which typically means that they're underweight, like I discussed in the last video. So if you got a potential for a higher return either by dividends or by overall stock of the growth of the stock, and the price earnings ratio is low, you're going to get a good value, and you can typically buy more shares of the stock for the same amount of money that you would with a company that's, say, 20 to 1 or 30 to 1. So a few stocks that I've been looking at in particular are Mosaic, which is a bit on the high end of the price range. It finished at $67.30 today. Its code is MOS. Goodyear tires, it's only at $14.29, and it has been a lot higher than this recently. And the price earnings ratio is, I think it's like 8.1 or 9.1. It's pretty low. ABX Barrick Gold, that's obviously a gold trading company. When I was in college the first time, back in 03, 04, the price of gold was like around $900. The price of gold now is above $1,700 and is looking to go higher through 2012. So looking into gold, either purchasing your own gold or purchasing shares in companies that buy and sell gold, that's probably a good look for you in the immediate future, especially with all this economic unrest, particularly with Europe not really knowing what they're going to do. The final one is C&J Energy Services. Its code is CJES. It finished trading today at $22.06, and this is another one that's underweight. Word of caution, I think all 4 of the stocks that I mentioned were down for 2011, but they're up in the last 3 years, and they're projected to go up next year. So these are just some stocks you could potentially get some dividends out of them. They also have room to grow. Any stocks that you buy right now probably are not going to give you exponential growth in the immediate future, but you want to start looking at things that you think will give you some long-term growth, because you can kind of mitigate the risk by picking stocks that have dividends and they're going to pay you quarterly or semi-annually anyway. So I think that's about it. Another thing to consider is, kind of counter to what I do intuitively, is IPOs, initial public offering. Facebook has their IPO scheduled for late winter, spring. Cedric has my boy Cedric has put me on to some IPOs that are maybe a good idea. So look into Facebook. They may be coming straight to consumers like you instead of using the stock market. So I'll have more updates on that closer to the time. As always, let me know what kind of feedback you have. If you have any questions you want me to address, happy to do that. Be good, say no.